Okay, let's unpack this because if you want to know what's really powering a modern corporate office, you shouldn't look at the $3,000 laptops on the table.
Right, definitely not.
You actually have to look inside the walls.
Yeah, the hidden infrastructure.
Exactly. So today we're exploring a highly specific tech spec sheet from HDTVSupply. It's for an $800 hidden wall plate, the Atlona AT-USB-EX350-WPD-KIT.
Which is a mouthful, I know.
It really is. But the mission of this deep dive is to decode this piece of AV gear and understand why an $800 USB extender is, well, the secret engine powering modern hybrid workspaces.
Yeah, and to understand why a product like this even exists, you really have to first look at how standard USB connections just completely fail in large spaces.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, a standard USB cable works beautifully when your webcam is sitting inches from your monitor. But try stretching that data connection across a massive boardroom, and the signal just completely degrades.
It's like trying to water a massive golf course with a tiny garden hose. It just can't reach the cameras and the mics and the speakers spread across the room.
Right. What's fascinating here is that distance dilemma is exactly what this Atlona kit solves, because it extends data up to 330 feet.
Wow, 330 feet.
Yeah, or 100 meters, using just a single Category 6A UFTP cable. You can think of that as like the heavy-duty Ethernet cord you might use to hardwire your home internet.
Oh, okay, got it.
And it pushes that data fast. Crucially, it supports 5 gigabits per second for USB 3.2 and 480 megabits per second for USB 2.0 at the same time.
Which is a huge detail. I mean, sending a live 4K video feed takes massive bandwidth, while sending a command to simply, tilt that camera takes tiny instant pulses of data.
And doing both on one wire usually causes a massive traffic jam.
Right.
But this device splits those data lanes so they run simultaneously without interrupting each other. That specific use case is custom-built for seamless video conferencing and remote instruction, where the host laptop is nowhere near the 4K cameras and room speakers.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though, because I'm looking at this $800 price tag, and I have to ask, for $800, isn't this just a glorified, expensive extension cord?
Well, I mean, it's easy to assume that until you look at how it physically integrates into the room. This isn't just some loose cable on the floor.
Right. Nobody wants to trip over that in a meeting.
Exactly. The endpoint where the devices plug in is a device wall plate. It's basically the exact same size as a standard double light switch on your wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it mounts directly into the architecture and features 3 USB-A ports and 1 USB-C port. But the real engineering feat here is how it handles power.
Yeah, because the spec sheet mentions bidirectional remote power. So let me get this straight. The entire kit gets its power from the host side, where you plug in your laptop and pushes it all the way through the wall to the device plate.
Yep, delivering up to 1.5 amps per port.
Oh.
Yeah, or 3.2 amps total. So that means it can feed energy-hungry peripherals, like a motorized 4K camera, without needing a separate power outlet right next to the camera itself.
That is incredibly convenient.
And on top of that, it also acts as a mini network hub, featuring a LAN port for configuration and IP to RS-232 translation.
Wait, really? So when it says IP to RS-232 translation, this thing isn't just carrying a video feed. It's actually acting as a translator between our modern network data on our laptops and the older legacy control language that a lot of external devices still use.
Exactly. You're controlling the room's physical hardware remotely, all through that single hidden line.
So what does this all mean? For you, the listener, if you've ever walked into a sleek, modern conference room and marveled at how perfectly the technology just works without a tangled mess of wires, well, this invisible infrastructure is the reason why.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, because this wall plate is basically a mini network hub controlling cameras and data, it becomes a major cybersecurity target.
Right. I didn't even think about the security aspect.
That's why the spec sheet proudly lists NDAA 889 compliance. It means it's secure enough for government use, which really reflects how critical, robust data extension has become.
It really does. And as basic room architecture, like a standard 2-gang wall plate, transforms into a high-speed data and power hub, it really leaves you with a thought to ponder.
Definitely.
At what point do the physical walls of our buildings simply become an extension of our computers?